Alright guys, this is DM here, and as you can see, there's nothing in the background or anything like this. This is gonna be like kind of a quick little a video blog, just for me to vent, right? So, everybody has heard about Pokemon Go, right? We've all heard about it. It's this latest craze. It's all over the place. It's one of the most downloaded apps in the world, and it's only been out for like a week, right? And that's pretty crazy, right? Nintendo stock's gone up to like huge. It's huge. The game is huge. Nintendo's huge now. This is a huge success for gaming. All that's the good stuff, right? I'm getting so sick and tired of seeing people do stupid shit and wind up in the news acting like a victim of this big bad video game that's making them do things that hurt themselves. I just saw something on Facebook, right? This girl playing the game, not paying attention to what she's doing, walked out into a highway and got hit by a car. And the way they're talking about it in the video, at least this is my interpretation, and if I've got a bad interpretation of it, if that's not how they meant it, and maybe I'm just getting my messages crossed, that's fine. Somebody tell me, I'll say I'm wrong. But the way it's being portrayed in this video, right, is that the game made her do this. Like, even the mom gets on the video and says, I shouldn't have let her play that game. I knew it was the game that made her do it. The game doesn't make you do anything. You're smart. This device right here, this smartphone, my smartphone, has no power over me. I can put it down, I can turn it off. And it can't make me do anything. So, I don't know why we're constantly getting on social media, in the news, and trying to badmouth a product that's meant to make people go outside and one interact with one another, which is something that has been missing from gaming for a long time. Like that's been a long time goal that everybody's always complained about. Like, oh, everybody wants to stay inside and play video games, and they don't want to go out and talk to people, and there's no face-to-face interaction. This game forces you to go outside, get up off your butt, get out of your house, go outside, and you're gonna wind up meeting other people because the more cell activity there is in an area, the more the game reacts to that cell activity. So more people, more Pokemon, right? So you're by default going to be around people. So this game does everything or makes us do. In order for us to play the game, we have to do all the things that we've always been told that we should be doing instead of playing video games. This puts that world and the video game world together in as safe an environment as you can make it, and people still want to bitch. And it's still not good enough. Or now it's crazy. Or now it's dumb. Or now it's immature. Or now it's silly. And it's like, are we serious right now? When is everybody going to stop finding reasons to be unhappy with whatever's going on in the world? And like this one thing, it's meant to be a game. We're supposed to get entertainment and enjoyment out of this, and social interaction and exercise. And we can't even find that in something like this. With everything else crazy and wrong going on with the world, like, it's a freaking smartphone app. You're supposed to have fun. You're supposed to brag to your friends about what you caught that day. Or have a little bit of competition over, like, hey, I've got the better Pokemon. No, I've got the better Pokemon. Blah, 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 blah. But we want to turn it into, what, this malicious tool that's hurting kids because kids don't have any self-control? Then you know what? And here's the thing that kills me, right? The game tells you every time you sign into it, every single time, the little message comes up saying to be aware of your surroundings. It's literally warning you that if you are distracted, you could hurt yourself. And this isn't new to this game. People have walked out in the streets before. You want to know why? Because they had their heads down, texting on their phones, or playing fucking Candy Crush while they're walking. Right? This is not new to Pokemon Go, but because Pokemon Go is a revolutionary thing that makes people get out and go in order for you to play it right, And because it's Pokemon, right? It's something that we grew up with when, like, I think it was like 10 when I got into Pokemon. So because it's something that we had when we were kids, now it's stupid and silly and immature. What is wrong with the world? That we had to turn something that should be such a positive into such a negative. Yes, there is a risk. That's why that message is there when you log in. To describe to you, hey, look, you could get hurt if you don't pay attention. I mean, that's the same reason why we have laws against texting and driving. And by the way, if you're playing Pokemon Go and you are driving, you're an idiot. If you cannot do a text message while you're driving, what makes you think you can go down and try to actually pay attention to how you're flinging a stupid Pokeball in a virtual environment? Not to mention it for those people who have their AR on, where like the camera loads up and you can see the Pokemon on the actual world background. If you have that on and you're trying to catch Pokemon and drive, you're not an idiot. You just, I can't say politely what you are because that's just dumb. No shit you can't do that. No shit you're going to cause an accident and hurt yourself or somebody else. Don't do it for the love of God. Drive the car. Just like texting. Just like for ladies putting on makeup, guys trying to shave, trying to eat while you're driving. You shouldn't do that. Pay attention to what you're doing on the road. I mean, and nobody's perfect. I've made mistakes. I've picked up a phone call. I've glanced down at a text message. That doesn't make it right just because I've done it wrong. We've always done it this way or somebody else does it. It's never an excuse to keep doing something wrong. But that's neither here nor there. Stop demonizing a product made to be fun. It's a free-to-play app, which meant it was supposed to be available to as many people as possible. It's a nostalgia thing for people who grew up with Pokemon and for kids who are in it now. Not a nostalgia thing for kids who are in it now, but it's an entertainment thing for kids in it now. It's meant to bring us together through a social interaction. It's meant to help us get exercise and be healthy through having to walk. But walk on the sidewalk. Be aware when you're coming up on an intersection. If you go to catch a Pokemon, stop walking. You don't even have to look at the screen. It vibrates, and if you have your sound on, it makes noise when a Pokemon pops up. Those things are making it so that you don't have to be looking down at your phone. So if you are looking down at your phone, and if you do walk out in the traffic, hey, I'm sorry, you ignored a warning and common sense. It's fucking, you're around cars. A car can be a weapon. Just like if you have an actual a gun, a weapon, you first of all you don't have it off safety unless you're going to use it. You don't point it at something unless you plan on shooting it, and until you're ready to shoot, you don't put your damn finger on the trigger. Car safety, you don't walk out in front of one when it's moving. Maybe I'm crazy. It makes sense to me. We gotta stop. We gotta stop trying to find negatives or trying to put blame off of people. The problem is people. We're not doing the right thing. That's the problem. We're not doing what's right. Not the game. The game is programmed to do X, Y, Z. It's not programmed to take your attention off what you're doing. That's why there's a warning. We, human beings, have to take responsibility for our actions. We have to become more accountable for what we're doing. And if we can't do that, the problem is never going to get solved. If we can't identify and take accountability for when we screw up, the problem's only going to get worse. So please, play Pokemon Go. Play it responsibly, just like you have to handle a car responsibly, just like you have to handle alcohol responsibly, just like you would have to handle a weapon responsibly. Do things the right way. Use your common sense. Use your brain. If there's traffic, pay attention to the traffic. That can hurt you. Missing a Pokemon will not hurt you. But if something happens, realize that you did something wrong. The game did not force you to walk out in the traffic. If there's a Pokemon on the other side of the road, you don't have to go get it. But if you choose to go get it, if you accept that risk, the game is not at fault, you are. The game is not at fault, your kid is. If my kid were to play this game, and run out into the road, they're a damn fool. They're a damn idiot running out into a road. And if I haven't impressed upon them the danger of running out into a road with traffic, then I have failed as a parent. The game didn't fail as a game. The game did what it was supposed to do. Basically gave you access to this Pokemon world. But I failed as a parent if I can't tell my kids, don't play in traffic. That's the reality. If we're not going to look at the reality, then there's no hope to get over this problem. That's all I got to say on the topic. I just had to vent that because, again, I just saw that on Facebook and it burns me. It burns me that we're just trying to pass off blame and nobody wants to take responsibility. We are at fault. We are screwing up. It's time that we realize that we are wrong. And it's not a piece of machinery or a program's fault. That's all I got for you guys. Peace. Love y'all.